Hello, 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 hello. We're back. We're back. We're back. I'm back. We're back. We're back. Welcome to Degenerates +3 in association with the Next Gen Degens Network. This is a show, if you're new to this, made by degenerates for degenerates. I'm your host with the most, Antony Paisan, and with me, as you can see here, we got two darling boys with us today, Mitchy Steez, and as always, we're stuck with our boy Lenny Jets. Fellas, how you doing?
Great, ready to dive on in, Len, huh?
Yeah, man, we're doing great as well. Ready to dive on in. We missed the first 2 weeks and we're 5 minutes, 6 minutes late.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna need to acknowledge right off the top, boys. Just if you're a fan at home, for the fans at home, we made the unfortunate mistake of having Leonard Jets be both our bookkeeper and our schedule maker. All right, so he got week 1 confused with week 3. Honest mistake, of course. It turns out
we're all busy too, so
yeah, we're all busy. It turns out we're also under an intensive federal audit right now from the IRS. So turns out Lenny's been cooking the books. Shocker. Any commentary to that legal allegation, Leonard?
Yeah, no, it's all there. The money's all there. And
Incorrect. We're going to move forward. Mitchy Steez and I talked at length, by the way. One may even say ad nauseum. He said, because now that he's a big shot, by the way, he wants to focus on the football and not the Jewish, black, gay, political Nazi Hitler stuff. That's tough, but that is fair, Mitchy. Any commentary on that?
I 100%, I stand by that statement.
This is a football show. This is a football show first and foremost. And I'm excited to talk balls with the boys, cover the NFL in a way that's going to impact our communities in a positive way. But ultimately, we want to keep things PG here. All right. Maybe occasionally PG-13. But ultimately, we're going to keep it clean. Sound good, boys?
Sounds good.
All right, well, great. Well, to kick things off, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask Mitchy Steez what his thoughts are on what goes through the mind of a white liberal when they hear that colored folks 18 to 45 make up a big piece of the unvaccinated pie. Do they think, grr, unvaccinated black folks? Well, probably not, because how can you get mad at a person who faces unprecedented oppression on a daily basis? But they may also think, but they're responsible for killing my vaccinated white grandma. But the thing is, their white grandma is an oppressor. So Mitchy Steez, my question to kick things off today, what are your thoughts on critical race theory? And to follow up on that, what are you doing personally to slow the spread of COVID-19?
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway is that that's not who they are as a team, because as soon as he went down, you couldn't expect that offense to really move smoothly with Brissett in there. So I feel for Tua, but I think that it's going to be I heard mild injury. So hopefully he's only out for a couple weeks. It sucked to see the Dolphins get shredded 35-0 the way that they did, but I think they'll be back. It's a 17-game season. They're 1-1. And I think they're going to be okay. And I think Tua will be on the mend here soon. It's not one of those non-contact leg injuries that you really worry about. So I think he'll be all right.
What do you mean by you people?
The Miami Dolphins.
Okay. That's a fair, salient point that Mitchy Steez made off. Didn't want to answer the question. Lenny, do you want to get political? Maybe it gets political here. Any thoughts?
Quick political thought. I think masks don't work, and they're strapping the kids' youth generation, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's a hot take. All right, we're gonna move forward. Let's talk some football here, boys. All right. Anyways, boys, numbers from last season. Get your pen out. All right. I just want to point out, I'm one of the greatest handicappers that's ever walked this earth. Last season, Antony Paisan, 34-29. Our own Lenny Jets, 33-38. We call that a losing record where I'm from. Mitchy Steez, just a bag of bones. 27-41, and with our celebrity shots, 1-3.
Yeah, I know you talked about cooking the books earlier, but I'm pretty sure you definitely cooked those numbers.
That's incorrect. I keep track.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny that, Lenny, but let's just say I opened up a notes section of my computer for this year that is entitled Degens 2021.
That's good, because guess what? At the end of the season, at the end of the season, my numbers are gonna match your numbers, and then we'll show who's really cooking the books. All right.
Okay.
Mortal locks last season. We can go back and review the footage. Antony Paisan, 8-2. Unprecedented hits on mortal locks. Lenny Jets with a 5-5, average handicapper. Mitchy Steez 3-8, an absolute stink fest. And our celebrity shots 0 for 2. I'm clearly the best handicapper that's ever walked this earth. I'm going to be sure to repeat that trend this season. You two, however, are bums. Please get better. Let's kick off the show here, folks, with our ceremonial first pick of the game, season, year. Chargers at Chiefs. All right, that was one of the games we decided on. Mitchy Steez just pulled up ESPN.com. Chargers getting 6.5 points, total 55.5. Yeah, Mitchy Steez, you were the worst last year. All right. How about we have you go first? I want you to kick things off on the right way. Put us in the right direction.
So I recently heard a stat that the Chiefs, I think, are 2-11 against the spread in their last 13, something like that. Just lost an emotional game to Baltimore. Unexpected. I thought they were going to win that game for sure. Lamar's Lamar. Baltimore's good, but so many injuries. So I was shocked they lost that. Coming back home, I would have said the Chargers to cover, but the fact that the Chiefs just lost, they're winning this game at least by a touchdown. I got Chiefs -6.5.
You got Chiefs -6.5. Cool. I like it. Lenny, what about yourself? Or do you want me to go next?
Yeah, I think Mitch and I think Mitchy must have stolen my show notes because
you guys
that was
both steal your show notes from ESPN.com. So
yeah, because that was the exact thing I was about to say was the Chiefs after a devastating loss, which I'm sure you're probably pretty familiar with how they lost with the fumble and the Chiefs losing and not winning last week. But yeah, so they're pissed off. Chargers are looking good. They're trending in the right direction, but I just don't think they have the outs to hold off the Kansas City Chiefs. So Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chargers are trending in the right direction. They're not going to beat those Kansas City Chiefs. You heard it here, folks. And by the way, I just want to point out, Lenny said before the show, I'm just going to make all my picks 2 minutes before the show. The guy's an absolute bum, doesn't care about the game. I did make him on the walk. I went on the walk, took my picks. By the way, folks, you should have saw it. He went for a walk for 5 minutes, came back covered in sweat, breathing harder than anything I've ever seen before. Guy just has no athletic ability. I can walk 7 miles, not a single drop of sweat. That's the kind of guy I am. In the tracksuit, by the way.
He needs to start watching Netflix shows and walking on his treadmill while he does it.
No, the world is my treadmill. All right. But here's the thing, folks. The Chiefs can suck my dick. All right. We're kicking off things the right way. That was the PG-13, Mitchy. We're getting back to PG. Okay. They are directly responsible for me having lost about $941 this prior Sunday. Towards the end of that Ravens game, they had a 91% chance of winning the game, and they squandered it so hard. The Chargers came in with massive expectations this year. Justin Herbert's the best quarterback to walk this earth, blah, blah, blah. They're nothing special. They're nothing special. You heard it here first. They should have killed the football team week 1. They didn't even look sexy last week against the Cowboys when they lost. That being said, Herbert, remember this, Mitchy Steez, you remember what happened his first start ever? Remember that?
No.
They
lost to the Chiefs, but
they almost beat him. That was when Tyrod just got stabbed in the lungs with the needle and that whole thing, right? He almost beat him, all right? The Chiefs are hanging in way too many games so far. They're 2 for 2 on hanging in games. With the Browns and the Ravens, they should have killed both of them. They're lollygagging, fellas. I want points. I want points. I want points. I want points. Chargers +6.5. They might win outright, but I want the points. Boom. First pick in the book. Any commentary on that pick, fellas?
No, I think we already gave ours.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Let's go to the shittiest game on the chart, the one that I didn't want to cover, but old Mitchy cried about it, so we kept it in the schedule. Game of the week, sponsored by Poland Springs. By the way, we got a new sponsor of the show. In addition to Fine Line Sports, we'll talk about them later. We got Bengals playing the Steelers. Total 44.5. Bengals are getting 4.5 on the road. Lenny, why don't you give us your pick here?
Bengals are getting 4.5. I see 3.5.
Was that a cat? What's his name?
Bernard.
God damn it.
Bengals Bernard. You got the stripes and everything.
That's a cute cat. All right, Leonard, continue.
Reminds me of a cat I once saw.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna, but I got Bengals I got Pittsburgh minus 3.5. So I'm not sure where the 4.5 came in from.
I believe it is 4.5.
It's 4.5.
Okay. CBS Sports is not updated.
That's he's literally making his pick as he goes.
No, I'm double checking to make sure what you say is what I have, which clearly
You are literally making it. Give us your pick.
So
We're on the same Wi-Fi, by
Bengals
the way, and he
minus
still has a
Bengals
bad connection.
4.5. I don't know how it's possible. I don't know how it's possible, to be honest. But
I have a better computer than
just
you.
like the Steelers again. They're coming off a bad loss from the Raiders. I think they're going to get a little angry at that. And I don't think the Bengals are not quite there yet.
Okay. Is this the Steelers get right game of the week, Lenny?
Steelers get right of the game.
All right. Mitchy, would you like to go next or should I go next?
Why don't you go ahead and take?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was hoping you'd say that because I got the winning pick right here. Like I said, this is the Mitchy cried about it this week, game of the week, sponsored by Pillow and Springs. There are so many better games to cover this week, folks, but we're going to hit this trash fest between two of the dumbest cities in America. The Steelers are frauds. Spell it out, Frauds. The Bengals are not good. Spell that out, NOT space GOOD. Joey B had 3 picks and 3 passes when his previous 199 didn't have pick free throws. You know what that tells me? Joey B's got the yips. He's got the yips. He's terrified. He's not an NFL quarterback anymore. He's got the yips. Those don't go away. Steelers, bunch of bums. That being said, I got the inside loop on this game, folks. My crystal ball. I'm holding the crystal ball right here. This is the orb, the crystal ball. This tells me very simple. The game's going under.
Because you never say the total going into the game unless you are picking the total. So
I always say the total every game. It's part of the game. I hate both teams. I hate this spread. I lean Steelers minus 4.5, but I'm going under. I could see 27-17 here, which given the total is an easy slam dunk under 44.5. Put it in the books. Mitchy Steez, go ahead and why don't you go ahead and give us your bet?
Oh, man. 44. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I saw 43.5 on ESPN. That's why I was like, not sure.
I looked at Fine Lines Sportsbook, one of the greatest and finest sports books of the land.
That's where I should have looked. That was my fault. I'm taking the Bengals here. Plus 4.5. They could very well lose this game. They could very well lose this game for sure. I think they're going to keep it close though. Fellas, you heard it here first. The Bengals defense this year is for real. The offense, there's a lot of question marks, but the Bengals defense has looked very, very good. The Chicago Bears are not a good football team, but yes, Joe Burrow threw 3 interceptions in a row. The possession before that, the Bengals fumbled 4 straight times. The Bears started in the Bengals territory and they scored, I want to say 10 points total because the Bengals defense was all over it. They had a pick, when they needed it most to even make that game close. You turn the ball over 4 times, you're usually going to be in trouble. So I like the Bengals defense against fat, stupid piece of, you know what? I'm going to keep it PG.
Hey now.
Ben Roethlisberger.
He did some things.
I saw him with a big sling and ice pack on his body. I don't know. He's banged up. So I like us getting after Ben. I like the fact that TJ Watt and another guy on their defense, I can't remember what Watt's the most important, are both likely going to be out with groin injuries. And I like the Bengals to cover the 4.5.
What are your thoughts on the new $100 million man, Mitchell Steez?
I can't stand him. I think he's a great player, though.
Do you think Ben
he hasn't been there long enough for me to hate him the way I hate most of the Steelers. What's that?
What do you think about Ben Roethlisberger?
Be more specific.
You a fan?
No.
Okay. I think that's all the info we need here, folks. Bengals. He wants the money line, but he's not going to take the money line because he's not a dedicated fan. He's going to take the plus 4 points. That's not what a true fan will do. We're going to move on.
If we had Tua Tagovailoa as our quarterback, he's way better than Joe Burrow.
We're going to go ahead and move. We're going to move to the next game. We're not going to talk about Tua Niga Manoa Lapola Tagovailoa. We're not going to cover that right now. We're going to cover the next game. But before we do that, Mitchy Steez, we got a little tweet this week from one of our correspondents. what's a fan favorite last year. Lenny, obviously he's had his ups and downs, but guess what? The guy overall, Mitchy, I'd say he's a good kid, wouldn't you?
He's a good kid.
I think he's a good kid. Well, you're not going to believe what he tweeted this week. All right. Guy has been going off the perks again. But guess what? I think he's doing better because the tweet this week reads out from L Jets BBF. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. I'm learning that gratitude and responding to situations that I can't control in a positive way, at the very least, not negatively, serves not only me, but others around me. Hashtag gratitude, hashtag love, hashtag community. I applaud you, Lenny. Seriously, I think he's making we're used to the racial stuff. But Mitchy, I mean, do you have any commentary on that? I proud is a word that comes to mind when I read that.
Yeah, and you say that with great reverence. So I wouldn't take that lightly at all if I were you, Lenny. I would just say, yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, man. Really great stuff.
Turning the corner. I think he is. And I'm sure there's going to be no way in any way, shape, or form that trend doesn't continue for 14 straight weeks. So
I turned a new rock over.
All right, we're going to move on. We don't care. So let's get to Bears and Browns. Bears and Brownies, right? Total on this. Lenny, you're going to want to jot this down. Bears +7. All right. Total 46. Lenny, why don't you go ahead and give us your pick on this one? Man of the hour, some may call him.
We'll circle back. Yeah. We'll circle back and we'll come back in a moment.
So that was an ad that comes up on CBS Sports right before he clicked on a post. It's literally a joke at this point.
It was
not prepared you are.
I can, but it is. I'm clicking on
wildly unprepared.
No, I'm clicking on the game because I want to make sure that what CBS has is equivalent to Fine Line Sports, which this one looks like.
Well, while you're doing that, Mitchy, why don't you say a few words about Fine Line Sports, one of the greatest sports books in all the land?
Yeah, incredibly easy to use. It's a family-run company, and Dave does great things.
Family-run sports book. Davey Fine Lines, guys. I give him so much of my fucking money. He better be giving that shit to children's leukemia or something. All right, guys, family man. Davey Fine Lines. Here's the number you're gonna want to text. 201. No, it's 201 503 4151, I think. All right. Instead of doing that, scratch that. You're gonna want to go ahead and add them on Instagram. Fine Line Sports book.
At Fine Line Sports.
It is
that on Instagram.
503 4151.
Tell them about the Lenny Jet special, Mitchy. Tell them about the Lenny special.
You get a good deal.
It's going on.
Yeah, you get 21% free play.
Is there any rollover on that free play, Mitchell Steez?
Oh yeah.
There's not. No, there's not.
Rollover. Oh shoot. No.
There's no rollover. You bet it once, you win it once. It's cash money, Venmo him. Whatever. He'll Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, whatever. He'll give you money. Now, Lenny, why don't you give us your pick on this game? Bears, Browns.
Yeah, real quick before we do that, what were the other two games that we're doing too? I might have messed up one of my picks, to be honest, but whatever. We'll go with it. But Bears and Browns, both B's.
Mitchy, do you just want to go ahead and
And I do like again, Mitchy said a little bit ago, Bears not good. Browns, I like. Browns got Johnny Manziel, Jarvis Landry out on injury though. And I'm just gonna go with the Browns -7. I think that's a good pick. I think that's
we're just gonna move past what just came out of his mouth. We're gonna move past that.
I don't know, man. I think it's a fairly.
What's your pick? What's the pick?
I said Browns -7.
Browns -7. Okay, great. Mitchy, the floor is yours.
I am more prepared.
I am so disappointed in you.
I don't really like the Manziel-led Browns in terms of offensively speaking. But in seriousness, I think this is going to be a grind it out, run the ball type of win for the Browns. I don't like the 7. I think they probably beat them. I actually kind of like Antony 27-17. Nice. I think I like to.
Don't you fucking ever disrespect me on my goddamn show
Oh, man,
like
that's
that
tough.
ever again. Come fucking prepared next week, or we're gonna have fucking problems. Are you done?
Maybe.
Are you done?
Maybe.
All right. You're doing a great job, though.
Oh,
Seriously.
thanks. Yeah, sorry about that, Mitchie. Sometimes it just like to come in unannounced, and I do got to be on top of my game for Antony. So before he gets back,
That was jarring. That was jarring, Anthony. I certainly. I won't get out of line for sure.
I had to take a quick piss. We're good. But you were in the middle of a pick.
Yeah. So I think grind it out, keep it on the ground type of game for the Browns. I just heard this. I won't shout out a different sports show because we're the only one, but I heard Chunt.
What's Chunt?
Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. That combo, keeping it on the ground. The Bears defense looked great, but the Bengals were really out of sorts this past week. So I think they're going to be able to run the ball on them. I think they'll be able to move it. I think the Browns win this game, but I'm going under because the Bears offense is really bad. It's really, really bad. And they're not going to be able to score more than 2 touchdowns on this Browns team. I say 27-14 Cleveland, but I'm going under 46.5.
Oh, you taking 2 picks then?
No, I'm just telling you, I think that they're going to win. I just don't feel as good about the 7. So under.
Okay. That's
under 46.5.
This game's why do we only pick stinkers this week? I could have given you better games. You didn't like my picks, whatever. This is stinker city. Both teams are kind of good, I think. I don't know. Not great. If Justin Fields is playing, is he playing, Mitchie?
I think so. And go ahead.
Presumably, the Bears are going to be a better team with Justin Fields. He's going to flash rookie moments, but he's pretty electric. All right. He's more mobile than a certain ginger that we know. The fans want him. And he's got that rookie, big, dick, swinging energy right now. I'm a little worried about Myles Garrett, though, on that young buck. He's pretty hungry. 7 points is a lot of points, Mitchy Steez. Not like the Browns are a Hall of Fame team here either, by the way. They blew a lead against the Chiefs. They didn't exactly dominate the lowly Texans last week, won by 10, but they kept them in the whole game. I took Texans plus 13.5, by the way. I just want to point that out. Give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. This is going to be an upset victory, Mitchell Steez, but I still want the points. I want the points. I want the 7. 7 points, Bears plus 7. That's my pick.
Okay. Hey, it's a week-to-week league. I just want to say, and anything can change. Did you watch Justin Fields play?
Not really. I didn't. I watched some of it. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he's a good kid. Like I said, I think this Bengals defense is really good.
Bengals defense isn't that great. It's it's they're not.
Okay, they're not that you're going to stand by. They're not that great. Go back and watch the game tape then and see what you think about Justin Fields. Bengals defense is not that great. You let me know what you think about Justin Fields.
Bengals are subpar at best. They're maybe going to win 6 games this year. Let's move on. Let's move on to our favorite segment of the show, everyone. It's called Shout Out. Basically, you shout someone out. All right. Lenny Jets, why don't you go ahead and shout someone out?
Yeah, my shout out this week is I can't remember his name, so it's not going to be a very good.
Didn't come prepared. The shout
out. No.
Hey, real quick, I was trying to take notes on this. Who did you pick? Did you pick the Browns?
I picked me.
No, Lenny.
Who'd you pick, Lenny?
Yeah, I picked Browns minus 7.
Nick Browns minus 7, Mitchie.
Yeah. Whatever. Maybe I missed that.
Oh, are you the official? Are you? Oh, you're keeping track. You're gonna keep track of the pick. That's my job. I keep track of the picks.
Go back and roll the tape. I don't think he ever made the pick.
He made Browns twice.
Yeah, I did. I swear.
How am I gonna roll the tape? This is live. I'll roll the tape after.
I thought you had your Nerf gun in his mouth by that point.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, my shout out. I don't know the kid's name.
You're doing a great job, Lenny.
For a fair reason, because it was posted on Instagram earlier. But I saw something with University of Tennessee. They had, it might have been 2 years ago too.
You saw an Instagram post. Yeah, this story's like 5 years old.
Okay, whatever. I'm still shouting them out. I think that's pretty cool. I saw it today. It came up. I was like, oh, that's pretty.
Who are you shouting out? And can you maybe
a kid that made the design? I don't know his name.
Expand, maybe an ounce. There's a kid with the design, and there's a school, and you want to shout out someone. What?
A kid that made the design for University of Tennessee. Might have been 2 years ago, might have been 3 years ago, but it was UT. Everybody made fun of him, and then the school adopted it as their.
Okay, so yeah, from 1990.
I love that idea. You're a dumb idiot. you should just
That's the kettle.
You're a big
Kettle?
crock of
Have you
shit.
met Pot? Have you met
are a
Pot
big
Kettle?
crock of shit. I don't know what to tell you, but just I
This
don't
guy,
know.
Mitchy, we're literally on the same Wi-Fi. We're on the same.
How am I
We
lagging?
gotta get
sometimes?
it figured out. There's some relationship issues
All
going
right, this
on.
is just
Something
this is
deeper going
bull.
on.
This is BS.
I want to shout out the city of Buffalo. The city of Buffalo. All right. The city of Buffalo, full of great people that are totally not blotchy-faced, racist alcoholics. They won a fair game, fair and square. They only had the dirtiest that I've ever seen in my life on Tua. But they knocked them out. It's fine though. I mean, they tried their hardest. They played a real good game. Shout out City of Buffalo. Really awesome. I love the City of Buffalo. Chicken wings? Great. Mitchie, you want to shout someone out?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out Cincinnati Bearcats football going on the road. I was at the game, knocking off the Indiana Hoosiers, number 8 in the country. And 2 weeks from now, we're traveling to Notre Dame, biggest test of the year, and it's a good football team.
Bearcats.
Dignity. It demands that we still do the simple things. So it demands life-changing technology.
I'm gonna go mute him.
Oh wow, that was a delayed ad on my end for me.
Oh, that was you. I muted Lenny.
Thank you.
Oh wow. Okay, I gotta give him. Mitchie.
By the way, talk about Mitchie in Cincinnati. Can we talk about something Mitchie happened this weekend or this coming week? I saw.
Yeah, I tell you what, I got a book coming out.
This fucking.
Hey.
Oh, he can read and write.
Hey, thanks, Antony and Lenny. Appreciate it. Yeah, so maybe next year. It's book coming out about tragic sports heartbreaks. So I'm gonna be going through definitely highlighting a bunch of the worst Cincinnati heartbreaks, but we got some from a bunch of major cities. I couldn't include every single city in their heartbreaks because they're just, as I say in the book, quite a few cities as it turns out. But
leaves it open for part two.
Leaves it open for a part 2. And a bunch of big ones. So over the past 30 years, just some of the most painful moments in sports for fans. So hopefully it's enjoyable for the folks out there.
Wow, that's great. Now, what's the book all about?
Quite literally just said that. You can get it on Amazon a week from the recording of the show.
Oh,
September 28th.
Now, is it being sold exclusively on Amazon, Mitchie?
Yeah, it's being exclusively on Amazon. You can get the ebook when it comes out. It's going to start at 99 cents. The paperback $9.99.
Nice.
And
so the only way that someone could buy this book, though, just to clarify, is giving their money to a massive corporation that basically doesn't serve any. I mean, don't you think that's a little obtuse?
Yeah, you and one other person both definitely feel that way, and I saw some backlash there.
Little business, mom and pop shops. Why don't you sell your book there?
Yeah, that's a great question. I just don't know how to do that, actually. So.
I know, just preemptively asking Ant's question for you. Ant is going to ask you eventually if there's a sort of friend and family discount that you can get for it.
Yeah, I was wondering maybe I can score some sort of, I read something, Mitchie, that said, a fake friend is someone that when a friend starts a business, a fake friend is asked for deals and discounts and, can I get it for this price, whatever. A real friend, they buy 4 copies of that book. They don't even ask a question. They don't talk about it. So naturally, I'm wondering if I could maybe get some sort of deal when I buy this, maybe like half off or something because I support the show.
Yeah, for sure. So the ebook is 99 cents.
I'm saying, can you maybe do
there's your deal.
You do a little lower than that? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think I can go lower than $1.
You don't have like a master drive or something like that, or you don't have like some sort of copy. Just Google Drive me, maybe share the document.
No, aren't you? I thought you were like a high roller gambler, man. The paperback's $10. That should be sofa cushion money to you.
It's it's the principle of the matter, really. So maybe just go ahead and let's get to Bucs Rams. This is
speaking of gambling, though. I taught Ant a way on how to never lose in roulette. Turns out the first time he did it, he lost.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. Lenny talked.
By the way, as we get to Bucs Rams, as you think about this, you wanted to say with the Bengals, oh my God, we picked the worst game. I love the NFL, so like I'm most games I'm kind of excited at least to watch a little bit. Bucs Rams is the first good game that we've had.
That's a great.
There's not that many. There's not really good games this week. I'm particularly excited when the Bengals play the Steelers. That's the most hated team we have, but I get the
roulette strategy. The roulette strategy is this. There's 3 thirds to the roulette board. When Lenny told me that there was some secret to roulette, I was like, it's a bunch of bull. I'm not going to say it. Bunch of bull hokey, right? So I was like, there's no way. You got the 3 thirds, 1/3, 2nd third, 3/3. What you do is you put, let's say you're doing $1 units. You put $10 on the first third, $10 on the third, and then you put 10 $1 plays leading up, total $1, units, whatever, on 10 numbers in the second third. And that way, if the first third hits, a push. If the third hits, third hits a push. And then you're hoping you get a number, one of those 10 numbers in the second third. You get 35-1 odds, and you get a little extra juice for your money. The only downside is there's 3 numbers that can sink your entire ship. It's the 2 numbers you didn't hit in the second third plus the green 0 if you're playing European roulette. American roulette, there's double green 0s and a single green 0, and it's a pretty great strategy.
First time you did it, you got green 0. So
First time I did it, I got a single green 0. Yeah, it doesn't work at all. So, but it's fun to talk about. Wouldn't you agree, Mitchy?
Yeah, no, that was riveting.
Bucs Rams. Let's move along. All right. Here's what I'm thinking. Rams are getting a point. No, Rams are minus a point. Who's getting a point? I don't know. +1. Let me just say this. How dumb is +1 -1? It's just do even. Make it a pick'em game. The +1. What does -1 even mean?
if you take a look at the
If it's a tie.
Ravens Chiefs, they won by 1.
That's actually a good point. I think Rams are getting a point in this one.
No, Bucs are getting a point.
So it's Bucs +1.
Sorry, Bucs are favored by a point.
Okay, so it's Rams. I got that right. Rams +1. Totals 55, folks. Let me jump into this one first. This might be the game of the week. IMO. That stands for in my opinion. Rams are my sleeper Super Bowl team, and Matthew Stafford is my sleeper MVP. Stands for most valuable player. Looks great. There's an instant. But there's a ton of confidence right now around that Rams organization. They got a solid offense. Matthew's a real gunslinger, shooting the ball down the field, right? The Rams maybe have one of the best defenses in the league. They have some of the best players. They got Ramsey. They got Donald. Donald's literally just a scary man, by the way. That's just he's a crazy person. They got the best punter in the league in Johnny Hecker. They got a spicy new stadium. Rams look pretty darn good, Mitchy Steez. The Bucs didn't look too sexy against the Cowboys or the Falcons. They kept the Falcons in that game way too long. The Falcons are a bunch of frauds, first and foremost. The Rams beat the Bears well. They also kept Indy alive a little too long, or maybe than they should have last week. One of these teams, Mitchy Steez, is going to break out this week, and they're going to show the world what they're made of. Before I announce the winner, though, I just want to acknowledge that I checked. The Buccaneers have this guy named Tommy Brady. Tommy Brady last time I checked. Here's the thing, though, folks. You ready for this? He's going to throw 3 picks this week. It's going to be ugly. This is going to be a tough game for the Buccaneers. I see the Rams routing. That's routing, routing the Bucs in this. It's essentially a money line game. I want the Rams, though. I want the Rams. Mitchy Steez, why don't you give us your pick?
Yeah, I hate that I have to agree with you on this one. Not in the routing. I think it'll be a close game that I can see Brady getting picked at the end, that type of thing. I got the Rams winning this one as well. This feels like the type of game that Tom Brady loses now and then wins in the NFC Championship game. It feels like that to me. I don't quite understand how you're calling the Rams your sleeper Super Bowl team when they add Matt Stafford to an already pretty good team, maybe the best defense in the NFL. But that's a really great sleeper. I will add to that, since you brought up the Falcons game, that I thought Joe Burrow's 3 straight picks with the ball getting batted and the D lineman picking it was going to be the most embarrassing sequence for a quarterback. Matt Ryan having 2 straight pick sixes, including the most demoralizing second one where they just batted it up into the air and the same guy picked it and walked it in.
That's tough.
Ooh, ugly. The Bucs, I thought, did look sexy against the Cowboys, not against the Falcons. You're right. Anyway, Rams win. I just wanted to address
I like
you.
it. And Lenny Jets has never had an original thought and is popping his fucking cranium of a brain ever. He's gonna say Rams. Just go on.
Well, here we go, man. We got Ant going with, we got Ant going against Brady, which the past couple of times I've seen Ant bet it was the playoffs last year. One against him, one against him, one
Worst
against him.
5-5 ever.
Lost. Went with him opening week this year. Lost. Bet against bet for Patty Mahomes. This last week lost again, so I'm going against Ant in what he's saying. Not because of Tom Brady though, but simply because of this guy named Chris Godwin. Now Chris Godwin is going to go off 3 touchdowns per day because of the fact that I went to Penn State. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I do have a state versus everybody because I went to Penn State. I'm a huge Penn State fan. Went there this weekend. Whiteout game, tons of fun. Cashed in that bet because I'm better than you guys, and you guys are also both cracks of shit. But it is Chris Godwin's time to take over the NFL as a prime NFL receiver because again, state versus everybody, and in this one we're gonna go with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers -1. And I even like the over on it. You even like the over on it. With
you finish? You took Bucs or something?
Yeah, I said Bucs -1 and over. So Penn State.
Oh, Mitchy, put that in your little spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Bucs -1 and the over he likes, Mitchy.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that pick now too because it's going to be a close game. Unlike you think it's going to be a blowout, but I like your pick. Chris Godwin is a game breaker. He's a heck of a player. So yeah, we'll see. That'll be a fun one. I tell you what, that's 425, right? That's a later game. That's going to be your classic. Your Dolphins are going to be playing during that, Antony. But for Lenny, where did the Bills play? You're with me at 1:00. I don't know if you're like this at all, but that's going to be a classic. If the Bengals happen to win against the Steelers Sunday, I'm going to be like, let's go, ready to watch that game. I won't be able to watch football for the rest of the day if they lose. So we'll see. I hope I get to see the game.
Oh,
All right, cool. Hey, Lenny, why don't you go ahead and pound a drink? Give us a quick review.
Oh boy, I got an interesting one this week. I got a chocolate Bach. Okay, you see that chocolate Bach?
Hey, you want to race each other, Len?
Oh, now he likes the bits, you son of a bit. I'm gonna go. You're a son of a bit. You're a son of a bit. So you don't like.
Yeah, man. I'd love to race. I don't really know how this is gonna be. It's been sitting in my fridge for at least 2 years.
Hey, can I have one too? I don't want to feel left out.
Yeah, a second.
Well, I'm gonna get one too. Can I get one out of the fridge?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Thanks, bud.
I got the opener in here.
I'm so glad this is recorded of Antony.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is gonna be brutal.
Yo, I got the opener in here, man.
Huh?
I got an opener in here.
Yeah, give me that bottle opener. Hey, you're doing a great job, by the way, up there.
Are you sure you don't have the chocolate one? Come on, it's chocolate.
Hey, next time we can use the pause recording feature.
You're doing a great job out there, though.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're giving us some great picks.
Yep.
You had some great value.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Yep, I'm pretty
You're
good.
a valued employee. I don't want to say this in front of Steve.
Of course not.
That guy's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing tonight?
His heart's not in it.
God, see how to step it up. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate those kind words.
No, anytime, man. You're the ballast, anchor
I
behind
like
this
it.
organization. Don't
I
you
like it.
forget it.
Like the shirt?
Don't listen to what the mean man is saying.
So,
Oh,
Listen
man.
to what the mean man.
wait, so you're muted anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to him.
I'll see you in a second. Great job.
No, Mitch, can you bring the guy back up?
Oh, he just jumped off.
Mitchy Steez.
Dude.
Got me a raspberry lemon goose. Raspberry lemon goose.
I got a berry something or other. We're just having a drink for this?
Oh, you want to chug them?
I mean,
Might as well. I don't really care.
Here we go. 3,
honestly,
2, 1, go. It's too cold. I don't want to do
yeah,
it.
mine is so bad.
It's no. This is pretty good.
disgusting.
Yeah, mine's very okay. I'm really glad that.
Let's just have a beer. I don't want to chug. I don't want to chug it. Let's just have a beer.
Nope. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's an old beer or the flavor of the beer.
Well, you know, the thing is, Mitchy Steez, he was obviously a known alcoholic last season. That's his first beer he's had in 6 months. We just got him back on the off the
Oh
wagon.
man,
That's our fault.
I feel like I just smoked the rest, which I don't think that's supposed to happen when you drink a beer.
Yeah.
Oh. 1
Pretty
out
good.
of 10
That's
rating. I give
lemon.
that a -3. -3. I would not recommend drinking it again.
I like this one. I'm going to give this one a nice this is like if you took like a half a shitty Budweiser and you mixed it with like a shandy.
Dude, yeah, you gotta have some this year. I'll bring
Get
some.
this- I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't know. I don't want it. All right, let's get the next pick here, fellas. Oh yeah, Lenny, give us a joke. This fucking.
Circle back to the joke.
Okay, do you want to try this shitty
Yeah,
chocolate
just
beer?
try a single.
That's great, buddy.
Just take a good swig. Good swig. A little bit more than that.
Those are very warm. It's very warm. There's a nutty aftertaste.
Yeah,
There's a
just
nutty-
the aftertaste. Just,
The nut. It's not nearly as bad as you said. It's just
No,
it's
it is-
warm.
it
If you're
is
drinking, but what did we say last season, Mitchy? We said, hey, maybe the beer doesn't taste great because you've been sitting on it for the last 3 hours. It's fucking room temperature beer, right? What's he doing? I just tried. It's not the greatest beer. It's very warm, Mitchy sees.
I mean,
Temperature
Brandon,
warm fluid
we had to
beer.
wait. We had to wait 45 minutes to do my bit here. I didn't go
Give us
to
a
the
joke.
fridge and
It's a
get it.
joke.
All right, hold on. My voice is
Entertain the
low.
masses. Clear the throat. Mitchy Steez, you with us? Doing a great job, Mitchy.
Hey,
You're
alright,
the anchor
so
of this organization, Mitchy.
joke of the week. Here we go. Where do you go in Miami in case of a tornado?
Where do you go in Miami in the event of a tornado?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something.
Hard Rock Stadium, because they never get a touchdown there.
It's a good setup. The punch. It's the you didn't land on the punchline.
I
You
don't
could've
know. I
said
mean,
nothing ever touches down in Hard Rock. That's
they,
what you could've said.
because they never get a touchdown there.
A touchdown.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
go back to week 2. I don't think you guys got a touchdown.
yeah, Mitch. I'm thinking about discontinuing that bit for future episodes. Thoughts on that?
I tell you what, if the joke always
Good.
hits
Sounds
the
like
way
good.
that it did with the 35-0 loss, I don't know. I thought that was appropriate.
By the way, everyone needs to buy a t-shirt. Who wants to buy a t-shirt? See this? Friends of the show, hand signed by the Antony Paisan. Look at that. Boom. That's an AP signature on the back. Look at this. Degenerates +3. Boom. You're going to want to go ahead and buy one of these. I forget how you do it. I set up a thing at one point, but talk to me. I'll get you one. A friends and family discount. I'm going to charge a fair price, unlike some fucking capitalist shyster on this call. Okay. Only $25 for one of those. That's a fair market value price. That's what it cost. It cost me $28 to make them. I'm losing money.
I paid $10 for this shirt. It's pretty quality shirt.
Yeah, the guy who made that. Brian, all
Friend of
t-shirts.
the show's a quality shirt. I'll definitely say that.
It's a good shirt. It's it's actually not very good. I made it with the lowest quality materials possible when I made these, but it's a good shirt. It's a good shirt, hand signed. Look at that color scheme, by the way. Me, I'm holding the Jenny Light, looking like a real stud. Anyways, folks, let's go. I think we got one game left. Niners Packers. Is that right?
Yeah.
And we got more to watch.
I thought we were
More to
between
watch.
two. Yeah, I thought we were between doing that one or the one we just did. But
Mitchy said he didn't want to do Saints and Pats.
But we just
Apparently
did.
doesn't think that's a good game.
Oh, yeah. Let's do.
We said Niners Packers unless the Packers were a dud last night and they were not.
They look pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said. As the leader of this order, I said
Yeah, let's do it.
that. Okay.
It was your decision, yes.
Thank you. And all of you are welcome.
Yep. And
Niners,
also,
Packers.
I'm really well.
Shut up. Stop talking. Niners, Packers. Here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to kick this off. Lenny, now you can talk. Give us your pick.
Honestly, I just found out that we're actually officially doing that one.
Okay, Mitchy Steez.
A minute ago.
Mitchy Steez. I've said it, by the way, I just want to express some gratitude for Mitchy. Everyone knows that he's the anchor to this organization. And if I don't acknowledge it enough, you're doing a great job, man. You mean a lot to this team. Give us your pick.
I appreciate that. Packers plus 3.5.
4. It's +4 on Vineline Sportsbook.
Oh, my fault.
I have off.
Double
It's
down.
actually locked out, so I Googled it. It's 4.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Packers plus 4. I love it. I love the way that Aaron Jones is running the ball. That's super important. Obviously, Rodgers is gonna be Rodgers. Especially just, he got one of those dud games out of the way. He's got such an attitude about him that I just feel like whenever he's got this mentality of like people are overreacting and think we suck, he just goes out and kills. I could see them losing this game by a field goal. It's tough to go on the road, prime time. 49ers are a good team. They'll struggle with that defensive line a little bit, but I don't see the Niners scoring like crazy necessarily. So I think I could see this being like a 20-17 game one way or the other. But I think Green Bay at least keeps it close. Packers plus 4.
Packers +4. Well, that's a funny you say that, Mitchell, because I have something similar to say. This is an interesting game. This is an interesting game. There's a lot of history between these two teams. Lots of history. Niners, injury riddled the last few years. Quick update for everyone. They've been riddled by injuries. Riddled, one may dare say. Lots of potentials, lots of ouchies, lots of not capitalizing on their potential. Packers, just a blowjob personified by a football team. They blow it every year. They stink. They usually blow it in the defense in the what do they call it? The divisional game or the NFC Championship. They will blow it every single year. Packers are a bunch of bums. I personally don't find the Niners to be all that impressive. Jimmy G's never given me a reason to consider him a top guy in this league. All right. Aaron Rodgers seems to be checked out mentally. Just doesn't really give a shit. Guy's a bum. One of the worst quarterbacks in NFL history. I hate you, Aaron Rodgers. Overall, he's a good kid, though. I will say that. In the last few matchups, it's gone back and forth. Packers win big. Niners win big. Packers, Niners, Packers, Niners. I want the Packers because I want the points. I want the points. I want Packers plus points, PPP. Also like a federal loan for small business. I want the Packers plus the points. I want the over. I want the over. I want the over. I want lots of points. I want the Packers. I want the Packers plus the points. I want the over. Lenny Jets.
Yeah. So I was doing some research here in the past couple minutes.
Come on, move it on.
And I see that the Niners, not just from what I see on my phone, but because historically watching, Jimmy G's got a good arm. They're pretty good at offense with passing the ball. They're 18th in passing yards. But when I hit this defense button, it shows me that Green Bay is pretty good at defensive coverage for passing. So it's going to be a good offense passing versus a good defensive passing scheme. And other than that, San Fran scores a lot. Green Bay has their linebacker out. But I'm going to tag along with you guys here and do Packers plus points.
Real shock.
I like that. I like that. PPP. I did get a PPP loan. That's pretty cool. Free money from the government because of me. You're welcome. I gave you that.
No. I'm the one that told you about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Packers plus points. Packers plus 4. It's going to be a good game. And then come to find out, the Packers are probably going to just shit the bed again and just not perform. But I like it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Mitch, any commentary on that just spectacular pick?
No, I thought he,
made some very salient points.
He drove it home well there.
You drive one.
Nice. Let's get to the MLs, baby. Mortal locks. See these, by the way? See these locks? It's part of my everyday wardrobe because guess what? I got the locks. You want these locks? Because I got the locks. All right. If you're a fan of the show, which I know there's tens of billions of you out there, take some notes because I'm about to give you the lock of this particular week. The bus comes every single week. There's going to be one next week, but this is the mortal lock of my life this week. Just would like to remind everyone that I am the mortal lock king, sheer and utter domination last year. I went 8-2 last season in our 10 games. Lenny went 5-5 in his 10 games last season. Mitchy Steez 3-8. I'm not really sure how the math works out on that one actually, but I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive there was a week last year when he made 2 mortal locks at some point. I don't remember what it was. 3-8. And then our celebs are 0-2 on Mortal Locks. I'm the Mortal Lock King. Write this shit down. Just put it in the bank now because it's the pick. That being said, I'm going to let Mitchy Steez go first because I'm not going to let him steal my perfect pick.
No, let's have Lenny go first.
Let's let Lenny go first. Lenny, I asked him earlier. He was asking me. He was like, hey, dude, what's your Mortal Lock this week?
Whoa. You got the story all twisted.
I'm not telling you my Mortal Lock this week.
Yo, hey, Lenny, what's your Mortal Lock, by the way? I'm curious.
Swap that, but just say, hey,
I
Andy.
can tell you shit, man.
Okay, well, why don't you give us your Mortal Lock?
What, are you gay or something?
You can say that in today's climate.
I don't think so.
Today's social climate. He's gonna say something like that.
Okay.
That's
well,
not
anyway.
There's humor in some things.
Mortal Lock here, huh?
Are we just gonna move past that? Like you didn't just make a homophobic reference on this show?
Anyway,
Absolute buzzkill.
yeah, Mortal Lock. I'm eyeing the Tennessee Tits. We'll go from gay to tits pretty quickly, right? And the Tennessee Tits -5.5. They came back, beat the Seahawks from 17 down. Pretty impressive. Seahawks are no joke. Won in OT. Indianapolis Colts lost by 3 to the Rams. I don't know. It's going to be a good game. 5.5 is a lot of points, but I see Derrick Henry just going in beast mode, just pounding the ball.
You notice how the energy of the show is just drafted dramatically after you decided to say those words?
Not at all.
Mitchy, am I wrong?
I think we got a pretty upbeat show here.
Mitchy, I think that's just uncalled for. I think you need to apologize to the LGBTQIAAPL2NY community right now.
What do you? Yeah.
So your pick was the Tennessee Titans -5.5.
Correct.
Okay. My goodness. All right. Okay. My Mortal Lock, because we'll let the king wrap it up. This is a team that cannot get out of their own way.
I'll give him props. That was funny, Mitchy Steez. That was good.
Inexplicable losses
let's go.
in each of the first 2 weeks. They were both on the road, both games that I'll even say it, even though week 1 was against my Bengals.
Oh!
They really should have won both these games on the road against the Bengals and then the Cardinals and choked it away. The Seahawks, who Lenny just so eloquently said, no joke, I don't think are that good. They're going on the road. It's going to be a nuts environment. The Vikings have talent. Kirk Cousins, long-term, are they going to go anywhere? No, but they're going to win some games. This is one of them.
Okay.
And Dalvin Cook is going to run all over the Vikings, and they're going to win this game. They have to win or their season is literally over, and this is the time that they get it done. The Seahawks went all the way east. They got the win against Indy, all the way back home, and now back to Minnesota. Russ is going to have a good game because that Vikings defense is but Mortal Lock Vikings money line over the Seahawks.
And just a friendly reminder, Mitchell went 3-8 on Mortal Locks last season. So if you're a sharp bettor, we like to call that, you're going to want to go ahead and put your life savings on the Seattle Seahawks. That is a guarantee.
Well, you know what? I thought you might potentially like the pick. I actually held back from absolutely hammering the Vegas Raiders.
I was thinking about it. I was too. The Fins stink. The Fins stink. God.
Oh, listen to this guy now. Okay. Can you imagine, Lenny, if I would have taken that? I was trying to be nice on the first show and not say that. So my official pick.
You know what niceties get you nothing. Nothing.
All right. You have less than 60 seconds.
You got less than 50
That
seconds.
is true. That's true.
Here we go. Here we go. Put this in the bank now. Mitchy Steez. I want and Lenny Jets. Name me bird teams. Bird NFL teams. Bird. Go. Give me birds. Huh?
Eagles.
Oh,
Falcons.
wow.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Falcons.
Whoa.
Eagle. Give me more. More. We need birds. Birds.
Cardinals.
Las Vegas -3.5. That's
You
a
got
solid
Cardinals.
pick.
Boom. Cardinals by 7. That's the pick of the century. The Jaguars or the Jaguars. They stink. They're hot garbage. They will have a top 3 pick next year. Their D is nowhere what it used to be like. Trevor sucks ass. The team is dysfunctional. Chandler Jones and JJ Watt are going to literally feast. I see 2 batted balls for picks, another 1 or 2 regular picks, probably a fumble or 2. Little itty bitty baby Kyler Murray legs is going to run the Jags out of the fucking stadium. The offense is going to thrive. D-Hop's going to come down with 1 or 2. Anyone who takes Jags +7 is a bona fide, to the core, to the nucleus of the cell, fucking idiot. This game will not be close. I'm starting this year at 1-0 on Mortals. I want Cards by 7. Put it in the books, baby. Boom.
But you get that?
Great show.
Great
All
show. Quick promotion. Buy a shirt.
And
Maybe
buy
next
book.
year book, September 28th.
Buy a book. September 11th, 2022. It's going to be the annual. It's a real tragedy. I don't know why you'd release your book on that date, Mitchell, but anything else?
No.
You never answered earlier, by the way. Critical race theory, Mitchy Steez. What are your thoughts? Give it to the people.
Again,